I've been getting a bunch of new requests to share what other kinds of instruments I play. I happen to be attracted to some of the lesser known, kind of more esoteric instruments. I see something that I think sounds cool, and so I want to learn it. And one of those is the jaw harp. It's also widely known as the Jew's harp, and I think that's just a historical mistake. At a particular point in time in England, Jews happened to be the ones importing this instrument and selling it. So it became known as a Jew's harp. That word, I think, then became changed to juice harp. Although a funny idea I've had about that is these cause a lot of drool, and so I think that's another reason they're called juice harp as well. Trump is another name. So this is an Austrian version as opposed to a Vietnamese style. So this is interesting because there's this outer frame, and that has to sit very firmly against the teeth. This middle part, the tongue, vibrates. You can hear it kind of without my mouth, but as soon as I put it against my teeth, my mouth becomes a resonating chamber. If I change the shape of my mouth, just like didgeridoo, it changes the overtones. I can even mouth words like hello, how are you, and anything else I want to say. I can do articulations like taka taka, just like the didge. And then what makes it really interesting is that breathing in and out changes the sound and gives it some pulse. Now I don't play it in the traditional style, which is actually to hold the hand like this and pluck backwards. I've just come up with my own way of just playing here. Some people play it like this, plucking backwards and forward. I tend to just use my thumb. So that's a C. Here's a D. A G. So that's the Austrian trump. Here's the Vietnamese dan moi. What's different about this one is I don't have to put it against my teeth. There's a section here where the metal is slightly curved, and that just sits against my lips. So it's nicer on the teeth and a little easier to play initially. With all of these, there's a piece that vibrates. So you can see the middle piece there. It's a little hard on the screen. That vibrates. And in the mouth. And it's just like the other one, same thing, mouthing, changing the shape of the sound, breathing. And I'm starting to drool. So, juice harp. So that's the Dan Moi from Vietnam. I have a few others kicking around that I wasn't able to dig up at the moment. One's bamboo from Bali. There's a huge range of styles of jaw harps around the world. So totally worth exploring. And I find it a really nice complement to the didgeridoo because of the way it gets me exploring the shape of my mouth. You know, a really big wide open mouth versus a really small pinched mouth with the tongue forward. Same basic tone, but different overtones and a different tonal, I'm not thinking of the word right now. Timbre, that's the word. Really good practice for the throat. And the tongue. A different kind of practice for breathing in and out, in and out. I'm going out, in, out, out, in, out. And modern techniques that make it sound a little more techno. So that is the jaw harp. Let me know if you have any questions about that or where to find them, and I can probably help. And yeah, hope you enjoyed learning about that. Let's see, I've been asked about the hung. I'm going to share that pretty soon. I'm borrowing a friend's hung. The oscillados, look those up if you're curious. They're a beautiful, amazing shaker percussion instrument. And more soon. Happy playing.